is about what I will personally label the idiocy of Team USA women's basketball.
Stephen A. Smith didn't just drop news tonight. He detonated a truth bomb that shook the entire basketball world off its axis. Listen to this. In this storyline, Caitlin Clark has allegedly walked away from Team USA after being iced out of the Olympic roster. And no, in this narrative, it isn't whispered gossip. The biggest, boldest voice in sports commentary just confirmed what everyone was too scared to say out loud. Clark is done begging for validation from people who, in this version of events, seemed determined to keep her on the outside from the very beginning. The brightest star in women's basketball has gone completely quiet, but the shockwaves from her silence are earth-shattering, and this twist threatens to rewrite the entire future of the sport. So tell me, inside this dramatic saga, did Caitlin make the right move by stepping away? Or should she have stayed in the fight and forced her way into the spotlight? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
And because of that, when you consider some of the hard times other people gave her, they were resentful of the fact that this white girl came on the scene where there was a bunch of sisters that preceded her spanning decades that were big time that deserved a lot of credit. I mean, people looked at the Cheryl Swoops of the world, the Maya Moores of the world, and others, and they said, yo, there was a bunch of people that came before her that did big things for the WNBA. I respect it. It is right. I appreciate it. But whiteness does have its privileges, especially when you got a game. And what a lot of people weren't willing or were a bit reluctant to appreciate was the game on this young white sister of ours. She can ball. And oh, by the way, she was a great ambassador for the game. And by the way, she came in there and looked out for everybody else. For 22 years, they couldn't get chartered flights. That sister got there, and it was done in 2 weeks. That's who.
That's the part people miss. In this storyline, when Stephen A. Smith locks onto a situation with this kind of ferocity, he isn't doing it for noise or ratings. It signals that something massive is rumbling beneath the surface, something nobody was ever supposed to see. His latest revelation about Caitlin Clark and Team USA isn't portrayed as a simple complaint about a questionable roster pick. No, he's tearing the curtain off a deeper decay, a hidden flaw woven into the fabric of women's basketball for years. And in this narrative, it has finally erupted into the open for the world to witness.
What the hell is going on with WNBA that they cannot handle all this attention that they're getting, as well as the hate and anger towards Caitlin Clark?
When it comes to Caitlin Clark, now I've taken hits because I was calling it from day one. You got people that are resentful towards her. It's really not about her, guys. It's about what she represents. Before she ever came along, there were a lot of outstanding basketball players who happened to be black females that was doing their thing on the WNBA level, and they never got this kind of shine. This girl, the Golden Goose, comes along, and she wreaks havoc. She's a star caliber player who draws this attention. And maybe it's because that fan base that she has and her being a young white lady contributes to it. So what?
The Olympic roster announcement should have been a total non-event. USA Basketball drops the names. Fans chat about it for a day, and then life moves on. But not this time. When the leaks started confirming that Caitlin Clark, the one woman single-handedly selling out arenas that have been ghost towns for decades, was left off the roster, the reaction wasn't just confusion. It was pure rage. The entire basketball world just couldn't wrap its head around how the most popular player in the game wasn't going to be on that Olympic team.
But are we really trying to grow the game? Because this is the most popular women's basketball player in the world. And it ain't close. They had to move the Mystic game to an NBA arena. Name the time. And I'm going to turn it over to you because I don't want to get long-winded. I want somebody, one of our women colleagues, Stephen A., to tell me when a WNBA game has had to be moved because of a woman player. Just one. Just tell me one. Because I know in her attendance, she's averaging about 17,000. All the other WNBA games in which she's not a participant average about 7. So are we really trying to go the game? Is that what we're really trying to do? Or are we just talking about we're trying to grow the game?
The official excuse from the selection committee was flimsy right out of the gate. They started talking about experience requirements and a 3-year commitment to be part of the core group. Sure, On paper, that sounds kind of logical, but it completely ignores the reality of who Caitlin Clark is to the sport. You don't leave Michael Jordan a thumb because he's a rookie. You don't bench Tiger Woods because he hasn't paid his dues. You take the generational talent, the biggest star on the planet, and you put them on that plane. That's just how professional sports are supposed to work.
The WNBA does. You got a max salary at $250,000. You had attendance, although it was trending in the right direction, certainly wasn't where you wanted it to be. And as Shannon pointed out just the other day, you got a team in the Indiana Fever with their struggling selves, struggling to win a damn game and be relevant. No team in the WNBA was worse other than the winless Washington Mystics, okay? And they went from 4,000 in attendance to 17,000. This girl is box office. I said a rising tide lifts all boats. What you do, especially if you're Team USA and you're trying to be globalized, it is an opportunity to globalize the WNBA brand. So people like Brittany Griner, God bless her soul, and others don't have to go to Russia.
But this is where the story takes a genuinely disturbing turn. Insiders started leaking that this wasn't some mistake based on a spreadsheet. This was a deliberate message. Sources close to the committee revealed there were concerns about how veteran players would handle Clark's insane level of fame. They were literally worried about the circus and the media attention she brings. So, what did they do? They chose to protect the feelings of a few established players over growing the entire sport and maximizing the team's global appeal. This is exactly where Stephen A. Smith drew a line in the sand. He didn't just disagree. He called out the absolute stupidity of putting locker room comfort ahead of competition and basic business sense. He went on national TV and just ripped every single excuse to shreds. His point was devastatingly simple. The Olympics is a global showcase, the one time every 4 years when casual fans actually tune in to watch women's basketball. The sport has been fighting for viewership for decades. And suddenly you get a superstar who brings in millions of new eyeballs, shatters TV records, and sells out entire cities. And the committee's brilliant plan was to leave her at home. You make decisions, marketing.
You make decisions, marketing. I want people watching. I want eyeballs. I want advertising dollars. Why? Because he'll get paid. Y'all will get paid. And guess who else will get paid? You see where I'm coming from? That's what it's about. Stop acting otherwise. We know this. You don't sit up there and pass on Caitlin Clark. It was stupid, Team USA. It was a...
Stephen A. argued this was a marketing catastrophe of historic proportions. He pointed out that for Team USA, it's not even really about winning the gold medal anymore. Let's be honest, they win gold almost automatically, no matter who's on the roster. The talent gap is so huge they could send a college all-star team and still probably dominate. And that toxic environment is exactly why Clark might be secretly thrilled she's not on that Olympic team. And the resentment didn't just stay in press conferences or on social media either. It spilled onto the court in a way that raises serious questions about player safety. If you've been watching the games, you've seen it.